In this video, we will navigate you through the end-to-end payroll process within Paycircle. Before applying any changes, you should ensure the payroll is currently in the correct period. Navigate to Payroll, and the week or month will be displayed here along with the payday. It should also be showing as payroll information, which is the first step in the workflow. You can now begin to input your payroll changes. For variable pay and deduction changes, navigate to the Add button and select Changes table. From here, you will see all employees currently on the payroll down the left-hand side and a list of elements across the top. To add a change, simply click Add and enter the amounts in the relevant cells. Some elements, such as overtime, may require both rates and units. This will be completely dependent on how the element has been configured within the system, and these can be populated in the same way, ensuring a value is entered in each of the applicable cells. It's also worth noting that the elements will be displayed as green to indicate payments and red to indicate deductions. Once all changes have been populated, you can then click Save and Close. You can navigate back into the Changes table if you need to amend or make any further changes. A summary of the changes will also be displayed here, showing the number of changes along with the total value. You can also add changes by selecting the Team tab and clicking on the Action cog on the Employee line and select Add a Change. The elements will be listed within two tabs, again displaying additions as green and deductions as red. Simply select an element, enter the amount, and save. You can also use the search bar to find an element, and if the element needs to be a permanent change, you can do so by switching on this toggle. If you want the option to pay or deduct over a set amount of weeks or months, then this can be selected by entering the number of periods. You will now have visibility of the changes you have made, and permanent changes will be indicated by this recurring symbol. If you need to delete any changes, you can do so by clicking on the trash icon. Also, if you need to amend a change already made, you can do so by clicking on the element name, make the change, and click Save. It's important to note that any changes we made earlier within the Changes table will not be listed here until validated and imported by the payroll team. You can make employee changes from within the Team Members area. You can navigate there by going back and selecting Team. Select your employee from the list or use the search bar provided. Click on the employee name and select the Information tab. This section holds all the employee's personal and employment information. Each section can be updated by clicking the Edit button on the right-hand side. Make the relevant changes and click Save. You can navigate back to the Team Member section to find another employee and make any further changes as needed. Once you have completed all changes for the current period, you can navigate back to Payroll. If you have any additional changes for the payroll team to action, such as statutory absences or attachment of earnings order, you can add these by clicking the Add button and then Note. Here you can leave a message for the payroll team and attach any relevant documents. Use the @ symbol and select the admin account that you wish to notify. Once you've attached your document, you can click Save. You must then click I've added everything button, which moves the workflow to step 2 and will notify the payroll team. At this point, you can now relax. The payroll team will now action the payroll changes as requested in line with their standard checklists and procedures. The payroll team will then make the payroll reports visible within Paycircle as per the agreed date. The admin assigned to the workflow will also receive an automated email to advise that these are available to download, and the workflow will be moved forward to step 3. If the payroll team have any queries or need to advise on anything in relation to the changes made, they will do so by noting this on the Access Queries tab of the QM document. The QM is used as a changes tracker and audit log, with the main purpose to ensure we have one central document detailing the changes made between each payroll run. You will have visibility of the QM that the payroll team have uploaded from within the Notes section. It is important to download the QM and review the Access Queries tab first as part of your own internal checks, as there may be something that the team have not been able to action or need further clarification on. You can download the document by clicking here, and the payslips and reports can also be downloaded by clicking here. You will also have visibility of all the reports within the Reports tab. If you require further changes, they should be detailed on the Client Changes tab of the QM document. The QM should then be uploaded to the Notes section for the attention of the payroll team. To do this, click Add and Note. And don't forget to use the @ symbol to notify the team. Once uploaded, you should then click Query Reports button. This will move the payroll back to step 2 assigned to the payroll team. The payroll team will then review the QM and make the changes as requested. The payroll will once again be calculated and revised payroll reports will become available for you to check. The updated QM document will also be visible once again within the Notes section. Once the payroll reports have been checked and there are no further changes, you should then click Approve Reports button. This moves the workflow into step 4 and provides the payroll team with confirmation that the payroll has been signed off and the current period is finalised and closed. At this point, the FPS and EPS are submitted to HMRC, and any applicable pensions are submitted via the API link. The final reports then become visible for you to review within the Reports tab. If any back submissions are to be sent by APS, this is then completed at this stage. The payroll team will upload the back receipts onto the Notes section for you to review. Payslips will be made visible at 9 AM on the agreed date of the payroll schedule, and P45s are made available to download for any leavers. The payroll workflow will now be showing back at step 1 in the next period, ready for us to do it all over again.